Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards, and welcome back to the Garage Gym, and most importantly, welcome to the finally, the official Garage Gym tour, but it's a 1.0 tour because we still have other stuff that we need to add here to the Garage Gym, also stuff we need to subtract, and obviously when you're dealing with a limited space, reconfiguring almost all the equipment. We can't move that big thing back there, but we are going to reconfigure. We're going to try to make it a more efficient space here in the Garage Gym. First and foremost, I want to talk about how grateful and blessed I am to have this space. We're coming from a home gym space where we turn the entire apartment into a home gym. By the way, my wife's idea, not mine. She is a saint. But now we have a separate living area from the gym. So this Garage Gym opens up new opportunities and also gives us a viable living space. We are going to have a video in the future about home gym versus Garage Gym, the pros and cons of both, very detailed stuff, sometimes the minutia of that too. Most importantly, we're in Florida, it's August, it is hot and humid in this garage, so you have to take certain precautions and be aware of certain things in a Garage Gym setup, especially a detached one. We're not attached to the actual apartment, so we don't have certain benefits of being attached to the living area. So we're gonna have that video coming up soon, so please subscribe. Like this video, comment on this one as well, and also let me know what you want to see in future fitness videos. Okay, so let's get started with the 1.0 Garage Gym tours. Just a reminder, timestamps will be in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. You can skip to wherever you want, but please try to watch the video. We're tightening these up. I know the earlier ones were 20, 30, 40 minutes to be detailed. We do have detailed reviews on each product already up, as well as updated reviews. Those will be in the description below as well. So you want to watch a more detailed review of all this equipment here in the Garage Gym, please check out those videos. So let's start off with this right here. This is the Force USA G15 Pro all-in-one trainer. Just a reminder, an all-in-one trainer is a power rack, a Smith machine, as well as a functional trainer, AKA cable pulley system. Now I want to point out right here, because this is still polarizing to the customer base or potential customer base with this all-in-one trainer. It's not only a 2-to-1 cable pulley ratio. We're going to put a graph up, by the way, remind you all what that means with these cable pulley ratios. Not only a 2-to-1, but also a 4-to-1. And some all-in-one trainers are a 1-to-1. Now, at first you think go big, go home, 1-to-1 cable pulley ratio, but the scalability, and that's the word I want to use when I'm talking about the 2-to-1 and 4-to-1 cable pulley ratio. The scalability, especially with multiple people in your household, multiple places in their fitness journey, strength levels, limitations, in my case, injuries and stuff like that. The 2-to-1 to the 4-to-1 cable pulley ratio also kind of brings another layer to drop sets with 2-to-1 and 4-to-1. You can drop it very minutely or granularly to do those drop sets on cable pulley exercises. So a little tip there, but I really do like this, and we're only talking about the base model. We do have the upgrade kit review for the G15 Pro, as well as my top 6 attachments in order that I prefer them. I like all of the attachments on the G15 Pro included and the upgrade kit, but some of them for me are more useful than others. Speaking of probably the best attachment in my opinion for the base model G15 Pro are these right here. Dip handles. They've really redesigned these, and if you remember the MyRack review that I have up here on the YouTube channel, the old dip handle attachment weighed 16 pounds. It was a beast. It was a monster. And now that I have jammer arms and other larger attachments, if I added that on, it would really clutter up the space. The way they redesigned these is just incredible. I used to have parallel bars in here and other things in the previous home gym. This replaces those right now. You can even do L-sits, leg raises, all sorts of different things with this attachment. And of course I add resistance bands. We have a video up here where I do dips with resistance bands. I'm able to go deeper. I'm able to do more reps, more quality reps, and squeeze at the top. This is definitely my favorite attachment for the G15 Pro, just because I've seen the way the engineering has progressed with these dip handles. Of course, you can fit them right here on the bottom shelf, which Oops, there you go. Spoiler alert, the top 6 video, the storage shelves were my #1 upgrade kit attachment because I always used them. They're always in use 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to store, remove, and also put back all the attachments that I have. So here are the Power Block dumbbells. These are the Pro EXP Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3. A little bit of overkill. I probably should have just went Stage 1 and Stage 2, but I decided to go big or go home with this. Also, we have the Power Block stand. I do recommend the official stands for these Power Block dumbbells, especially if you get up into the 90-pound Stage 3 territory. The third party on Amazon is good for the one that I had was 5 to 50 pounds. But if you go any heavier, you definitely want to have the heavy duty official Power Block stand. Now, there's really no con to these. These have been part of my home gym, one model or the other, for the past 15 plus years. But there's been an evolution of adjustable dumbbells where the shape of the Power Blocks can be cumbersome to some people, including myself, for some exercises, and also some attachments like the kettle grip that I had. And also they have something called a monkey feet, which you can attach to do leg exercises. You're not able to do that because of the shape and kind of the lockdown nature of the interior of the Power Block. But there are other adjustable Power Block like dumbbells on the market that are round and do simulate the hex or the round dumbbells, so you can get that. But these Power Blocks are incredible, and I'm not regretting having them in my gym. And it's only like maybe 5% of the exercises that I would prefer to do, I cannot do, and my wife cannot do with the Power Blocks. Also, talking about Power Block, we have the kettle block right here. This is the adjustable one. This is really good for doing the, light kettlebell swings, goes up to 35 pounds. I do it a lot for one arm shoulder presses, overhead tricep extensions, which are tougher on this, and other exercises. And you can just take that with you. When we go traveling, we usually take that with us, and it's easy to carry around. And then we take some of the Power Block dumbbells on the road with us when we're traveling. So here we have the Isochain. In my opinion, this is the best isometric device that you can get for the money. We have a couple reviews, if not 3 reviews up here on the YouTube channel. This thing has held up extremely well. I really do love adding isometrics into my fitness journey. Do I do it as much as I should? Absolutely not. But this is here. I don't regret having this. This is a great piece of isometric kind of equipment for me. Also, we have the Bull Worker. We have a couple other isometric brands that we haven't had a full review on as of yet. And quite honestly, it's because it doesn't really check the boxes that the Isochain does. So if you're going to buy once, cry once. The price is a little steep for what you think you might be getting, but also you're getting a lot of digital feedback. You're getting a lot of stuff to really see where your fitness journey, your isometric strength and overall strength is progressing, and it's built like a tank. There's been a slight bend on the plate on some of the heavier exercises like deadlifts, but it goes right back to flat, and their customer service and warranty support have been excellent. So I definitely recommend the Isochain after over a year of use. So next up, we have the Squat Max MD. We needed to back the camera all the way up because this is a pretty beefy piece of equipment. This here, long story short, in my opinion, is the best belt squat on the market today, but you can do much more than squats with this. You can do deadlifts, you can do low rows, you can do rows with this, you can do hip thrust, you can do a whole bunch of different exercises with the Squat Max, but essentially as a belt squat, which is almost what I always use it for. I may do bent over rows here, but I don't really use it to its fullest potential. But just for belt squats, heavy belt squats, and to be able to take all that pressure off of my neck and spine and also decompress my spine at the same time. This here is definitely the best in my opinion. Some people prefer the lever squats. There's the Rogue squat, there's a Rhino squat, I believe, there's Pitch Shark, there's all sorts of other brands out there. But this actually, even though I had to back the camera up, doesn't take up a whole lot of room in my garage gym. It's easy to disassemble and reassemble, about 15, 20 minutes each time. Brian, the inventor, has done it in a minute or two. So I take my time with that. But this is built like a tank. And this here, I probably couldn't even walk properly if I didn't have something like the Squat Max to decompress my spine and also work my lower body effectively without risk of injury. So I really do think this is the best belt squat on the market today. So I'm just taking a little break in the middle of the garage gym tour, but this is the perfect opportunity to talk about what I'm sitting on right here. This is the Force USA FID Bench. This was one of the pieces that we moved from the previous home gym down here to the garage gym. We loaded it in a pod and it held up well. I checked all the bolts. As a matter of fact, usually when you move stuff, it can loosen the bolts, or if you just use stuff like benches with heavy dumbbell work or other stuff, or even body weight, it can loosen the bolts and the nuts in there. I haven't had any problems like that. This thing is built extremely well, using it pretty much full time for over 2 years, and I can't complain. The only thing I would say is when you put it in decline position, there's no foothold on this, but that would add to the footprint of the FID bench. So if you're trying to do something like decline sit-ups, it's not really possible on this. But if you want to put your feet up here like I do and do crunches, you can do that. And to me, that's a good trade-off. I like the footprint, the lack of footprint, smaller size of the FID bench, the utility, and be able to move it around the entire garage gym. I even have it here when I'm doing hanging leg raises, or I move it out a little bit to give me a step stool so I can do pull-ups from the next thing that we're going to talk about. So here we have the stud bar pull-up bar, and I had this in a previous space well over a decade ago. I enjoyed having it. I'll tell you what I didn't enjoy, whether it was this time or that time, and that's the installation. These are lag bolts, and you definitely need to have this bolted in to the studs, or if you're doing the ceiling, into the joists. Now, would I put this in here at this particular stage of the garage gym? I don't think I would. I don't think I would now that I have the G15 Pro. Of course, I use this to my advantage because I can do hanging leg raises, full hanging leg raises from this. And also the straight bar allows me to do different kinds of pull-ups. It's here, so I'm going to use it. But if I had to do it all over again, honestly, it's a bit overkill. And this entire wall right here, I could probably use it for something different. I kind of can't put cardio up here. I would also maybe put the squat max over here instead. It's just one of those things I'm kind of in the middle, because once I take these out, I'm going to have to patch it and paint it. Not a big deal, but it's here already. I don't know. And I told you, there's some stuff I'm going to add, and also some stuff I'm going to talk about here that I could potentially subtract from the garage gym. And this here could be one of those things. So we're going to talk about two accessories here. One, which I don't deem necessary, but my wife does. Once again, we're talking about hot and humid here in August. I prefer it, but it's not climate controlled in the garage gym. So having a fan here, at least for my wife, is great. Just don't point that thing at me. Also, I bought this for like 25 bucks on Amazon. This is a 25-foot multi-port thing, but also has telescoping wire. The wires are garbage right now. I'm sorry. This is why I'm calling it a 1.0 garage gym tour. This has 3 plugs, 2 USB outlets. We only have 1 plug in the ceiling. So when we go to the next piece of equipment, you'll see that it's not perfect, but we're going to get the wires sorted out when we get everything where we need it to be. But that thing there is awesome. I can even extend it outside if I wanted to use a piece of equipment that I needed to plug in outside to get a free tan while I'm doing it. I know I'll look like a complete maniac, but that's to be expected from me at this point. So let's talk about this next piece of equipment right here. This is the climber, vertical climber, but it's also a connected fitness climber. So basically, you have the screen up here. You can follow metrics like a regular piece of cardio equipment. That's one huge pro, that I can use this thing without subscribing to the classes each and every month. And that's something, after looking at the classes, I wasn't quite sure it was worth the $39 a month. It's either something you really know you want to do a lot of vertical climbing. It's a big part of your cardio strength conditioning workouts. And I will say, that it delivers on. Doing vertical climbing using this, even a 10, 15 seconds interval with a 45-second rest, my heart rate's in the 120, 30, 40, sometimes even in the 50s, depending upon how long my sessions are. And also, my back is straight. I don't have any kind of hunching. So if I have lower back issues, using this is actually beneficial. I don't feel the lower back pain I usually do when doing something like an elliptical or other pieces of equipment. So this has great rehab benefit for me as well. Now, I'm specifically talking about the one con. There might be a couple. One con is on my side. We don't have internet service in the garage gym. Like I said, I'm going to do the garage gym versus home gym comparison video. We don't currently have that, but there are products available like the T-Mobile 5G gateway, not sponsored. T-Mobile can if they want, but it's $50 a month, but unlimited data, 5G speeds, no data cap. So essentially from a business model, not only can I use the Connected app and get online and do climbs and follow along with the classes with that, like I said, for $39, I'm not sure if I even want to do that, but to be able to do live workouts on my own for my business and do other things to expand the content, I am considering getting that product or another 5G gateway with no data cap to do a live workout series here on the YouTube channel. I figure it'd be pretty cool to be able to do that. So that part is on me, but like I said, the classes themselves, they're not worth, in my opinion, at this time, $39 a month, which usually with a bunch of services, you got Peloton, you have Tempo, Tonal, all these are around $40 a month. We have another product over here that I believe is worth the subscription price along with the hardware. Now, I like the fact that Climber does not lock you out of using the Climber. So I essentially go through what I believe to be too many steps to go into an open climb, offline open climb, and I can just use it like I use the recumbent bike that we're going to talk about over here, or any other piece of equipment with digital metrics and stuff like that. You can also pair speakers, Bluetooth speakers, pair your heart rate monitor, and get those metrics on the big screener as well. It's definitely a nice piece of equipment. You can move it around. It's on rollers. It's very light, but the class subscription part of it, I think, needs to really be improved before it's worth the monthly cost. But if you just want a vertical climber and you want to kind of figure out whether you want to do it offline, online, or a mixture of both, I think it's a great product. So let's talk about the next piece of cardio equipment, which I'm sitting on right now, the Diamondback Fitness 1260 SR recumbent bike. If it sounds familiar, I have a full overview video when I visited the headquarters a few months ago. And shortly after that visit, I decided to order the 1260 SR. And let's stick to the theme of my lower back injury, because that's really most of everything I use has to revolve around not getting injured, furthering injuries, rehabbing injuries. And the recumbent bike is excellent for people with lower back pain, some people with knee pain, or some people that can't stand up for long durations doing cardio. And essentially, this is the go-to. We talked about the vertical climber. That has a benefit, but at the same time, here, my lower back is protected by the seat, which, by the way, this upgraded version has a lot better padding. I don't feel the bite, so to say, in my lower back as I do with some of the mesh seats that recumbent bikes can have. The pedals are nice. The resistance is nice. Also, it's based on Android operating system, so it has media controls. You can connect it to the internet. We talked about that with the climber. So I'll be able to get more benefit out of this if I had an internet connection here. But really, I just throw an iPad up here or an iPhone. I do my cardio, loosen my back, loosen my knees, loosen my hips up, and then I get ready to do my workout. So I definitely do recommend this particular recumbent bike. If you're choosing a recumbent bike over a spin bike, over an elliptical, I would look at not only your fitness level, but I would look at your injury risk or what your injury history is, because that's going to be the best way to choose between the climber, the recumbent, the spin bike, or even something like the elliptical or even a treadmill. So you just have to look at what hurts you, what you can work around, because if it hurts and you just can't use it, then you just wasted a bunch of money on whatever you bought. So just make sure you keep that in mind of what you're going to get the most effective and efficient and safe use out of products like this. So this here is the Lit Method strength machine, and this is definitely something that really ticks all the boxes, checks all the boxes, covers all the bases, whatever other cliche you want to talk about. This is a water rower, but it's also, you can see the resistance bands. You're able to do strength exercises with this, and also it's a Pilates reformer. So a bunch of stuff built into one, and this does have a subscription-based class type of setup. And I really do think that that is worth it, because you're not just getting a one-trick pony of just rowing classes. You're also getting Pilates, you're getting strength classes, you're getting some mat stuff. I think the app definitely complements this machine. And also you can pretty much get a full body workout. You can do all different modalities. I haven't done Pilates yet. I promised that updated review, or maybe if I get internet in here, I'll do the live workout of taking Pilates for the first time ever in my life. But we have a full review up here on the YouTube channel, very long review, full workout using all the different modalities on here, from the rowing to the strength using the bands. And I'm a big resistance band fan. This thing definitely lives up to the hype. They hyped it up, but the thing I really do like about this too, you can see looking around it, there's no power cable, there's no plug. I could literally take this outside if I wanted to. I could take it to the beach, I could take it anywhere I want, and it doesn't require power in order to operate. This here makes, in my opinion, this, if it's what you're looking for and you're in an off-grid situation, this is better than the recumbent bike, better than the vertical climber, or anything else that you have to plug in. I think this, besides the fact that classes really do cover more than just one type of workout, this combination is probably the best all around of what you're going to get hardware and then software wise with the lit strength machine. I really am impressed with this. And also it just stores vertically very easily to get out of the way. So it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. It has water in there. Doesn't take much to fill up. I can't say much more. I'm kind of waxing poetically about this, but I really do like it. And I think it's definitely worth the money on the hardware side and worth the subscription as well. So next we have the Fight Camp, and I put it specifically right here because once again, we're talking about footprint in a limited space, and I am able to put it right here or even move it to where the lit strength machine was, or open up the garage gym door, get a free tan and be able to go outside. Once again, no power required for this, but the app, the workouts that go along with it, the software, the Fight Camp app is definitely worth it as well. Now it starts to add up. Now you have to be like, all right, 39 bucks for this, 39 bucks for that. But if you want to get a cardio kickboxing workout along with other types of workouts, mat workouts, things like that, the Fight Camp app along with the Fight Camp hardware, it can't be beat. It's a little bit pricey. So I will say this, you could probably on the hardware side, pick the bag you want. Oh, this thing is held up as good as the day I've gotten. I've punched the hell out of this thing. And also it survived a move from the previous gym to this one. The gloves are a little bit heavy. I probably will eventually get the open fingered MMA gloves, but the wraps with the punch trackers are amazing. So make sure you get their wraps from Fight Camp. The punch trackers are essential to really track the punches within the workouts. And I think that makes it stand out too, because you're able to track punches, calories, has a gamification system with a leaderboard. So the app is definitely mature. And also you're able to use mainstream music to be able to listen to that, different genres, all that stuff. They've really done a lot with updating the app and keeping the app fresh with the music and the content. So I definitely recommend Fight Camp. It's definitely a part. I can, once again, just like Isometrics, I need to use it more. But the paradox of choice, having so much stuff in here, that's why some stuff will be subtracted. And then some stuff like the Fight Camp will be kept here in the garage gym space. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what I believe to be outside of lighting. You need to see what you're doing in a gym space. But the most important accessory in any gym space is a mirror, or mirrors, multiple mirrors. But start with a mirror so you're able to see your form. So you're able to see that you're doing things correctly, or more importantly, incorrectly. It's not a vanity thing. You need to be able to have that kind of feedback and also your mind muscle connection to be able to see what you're doing. Now, we searched high and low for mirrors, glass mirrors, keep that in mind, before we found these. So thank God the algorithm suggested this as an Instagram ad. These are shatterproof, glass-proof mirrors from Light Mirror. We have one on the wall, 4x8, a 4-foot by 8-foot mirror. And then we got one that's on wheels that we can move when we're doing flies, when we're doing all sorts of exercises where this mirror on the wall is not able to be used. Now, if I had a choice of one, it would be the one on the wheels. I would use the wheels because we can put it in each and every nook and cranny of this garage gym and be able to see ourselves while we're working out. Even when I'm doing tricep extensions or tricep push downs on the G15 Pro, I'm able to do all this stuff and be able to see. This can fit in tight spaces. And then obviously, you didn't know this though. Turn it around. has a whiteboard on the back of this. So, oh, look at that. That's what happens when you're right after taking your pre-workout. So let's talk about lighting. We got a couple of fluorescent tubes up here, and that was pretty much here with the garage. So that's great. We could do that. If we decided to put a ceiling fan in there, we could do that. But as far as lighting, you can see the G15 at the bottom part of your screen. When this light was off, say this light didn't exist, we did a full review, by the way. You can see the difference in the lighting as opposed to these particular lights from Amazon. They're LED lights. They're like Legos. You can see we got the wire there that we need to kind of put up on the ceiling. There is some touch-up work that we need to do, but it makes a lot brighter of a space to work out. Now, that's one thing. Now, for filming, it kind of sucks in some ways at some angles for filming videos and doing that. We're thinking about adding RGB lights around the top edge there, so an LED light strip, but we're not sure if the adhesive is going to hold up because it's 100 plus degrees in here right now. So we're not sure if that's going to work, if we have to nail it into the corners of the ceilings or what we need to do. But we definitely need to have more kind of white balanced lights in here. And these aren't bad. These aren't bad at all. I'd rather have this light than no light at all, but sometimes it looks very, very washed out. So that's just my OCD kicking in. But these were $60 on Amazon, and we had 2 left over that I gave to my buddy. So we could have lit the back part that you saw with the Fight Camp and the Recumbent bike, and it would have been pretty evenly lit. So we may order more, or we may try to get some RGB stuff in here to kind of balance out the lights. And also, it would be great if these were dimmable, but they're not. They're pretty much on or off. But first world problems. It's great to have these lights in here. It'd be very easy to install, move them around, and do different configurations. So that about does it for this Garage Gym Tour 1.0. So you know there's going to be an updated Garage Gym Tour in the future. And it's only really going to happen when there's a major reconfiguration or a major update here in the garage gym space. Basically, I'm really happy with everything. I'm just going to reconfigure it to give me some more space or be more organized. And of course, the lighting is something that's the main point of the presentation of the space that's bothering me the most. So if you have any suggestions, if you know about lighting or filmmaking or making things more cinematic, leave a comment below. All help is appreciated. I'm more than willing to change anything in here. That's part of the fitness and content creation journey, is always pivoting and trying to get better at this stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Also, the brands you saw here, most of them are recommended brands that we have affiliate links to in the description below. You can also visit StevieRichardsFitness.com. We have the recommended brands there as well. When you click those links, you save a little bit of money, but all the time, every time you click a link and use it to buy something, you help support the content here at Stevie Richards Fitness. And once again, we're grateful and blessed for that as well. So thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day.